How come you former Mr. Olympias are so wise? That's what I want to know, because Dorian said to me point blank, in the same studio at the end of his second interview, he said, Brian, we are all one, is what he told me. He said, we are all one. It took me a while to figure that out, but once I figured it out, it changed the way I interact with the world. And, it's a similar way of saying what you said, spirituality, religion, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot of that same energy and spirit, but both of you seem to embody it, and I don't know if that's a coincidence or not based on what you've been through, but I heard it from both of you in this studio.
Well, it's amazing what time teaches you, and what Dorian and I both has experienced is being men of the world. There's 190 different countries in the IFBB Federation. We're part of that. I mean, I have friends in Russia and Germany and Switzerland, Sweden, Japan, Great Britain. Name a country, Singapore, name a country, Brazil. I've been there, Canada, been there, done that, and have been able to see the world that is round and is not flat, to see that all people have something in common. We all want to live, we want to prosper, we want to love, we want to have a free will to live our lives. And I know that the guidelines to doing so has already been established. I like to say, I don't know what the Bible has to say, which is called the basic instructions before leaving earth. It tells me how to be a man of honor, a man of integrity, a man that importance of humility, how to treat my neighbor, how to love my neighbor, how to treat my wife, how to raise my children, how to honor those that has been set in authority, and praying that those who have been put in authority and our voting and that kind of thing are people who also honor God, because you can get a nut in authority too, which we see a lot of that around the world. You put the wrong person there, it can really tear up a lot of principles that make people miserable. But we've seen the world and we've been around the world. It really it expands your mind, and expands also your view of the world. I've had people say, Leah, you're religious. I said, no, I'm not religious. Don't even use that word, not as it relates to me, because it has got a lot of people killed. People are still getting killed for religion today. Let me be clear about what religion is. Religion is a man's way of trying to communicate with God. See? God is communicating with man through fellowship and relationship. As a follower of Jesus Christ, I know, and as I've read and I've studied and I've prayed about, he healed the sick, he gave sight to the blind, he fed the hungry. He did all of those things that are beneficial to humanity, and what draws humanity to say, yes, I love that. I appreciate that. I want that. That was he was the ultimate role model of that. That's who he is. And as his followers, that's who we are to be. Not religious. Religious is messed up, because a lot of people use it to overpower demands of other people, or for their own financial or monetary gain, or to hold a particular position and to hold a particular race of people or segment of people down to use control. See, that has nothing to do with a relationship with God. The Lord wants relationship, fellowship. That means hanging out with him. Said, Lord, what do you think about this? How should I approach that? Oh no, I'm not supposed to act in that way. Forgive me. I was sort of stepping outside of your will and your way. Help me to do better. That's being a follower of Jesus Christ. And that's what I liken myself as I try to each and every day of my life, not to say I turn my cheek. You smack me, I'm going to smack you back. And I'm going to smack you hard too, where you won't think about doing that again. So the Bible is a big book. It's not about, it's not about you being crushed or being weak and puny. No. If you read the whole Bible, God has his gladiators too. Those are our Secret Service guys. Those are our Navy SEALs. Those are people who do what they got to do to protect the well-being of our country and our community.